win the title. I don't have to think too heavy, I can remember. City centers hella cold in the December. The roads that I'm from will turn you to a contender. I'm a Jean-Claude Van Damme, there's no surrender. You didn't know money when the bally meant the strallies up. When I'm saying money, I'm not talking about Pacquiao. It's funny how the tables turn. You're not Ricky Hatton. Tonight I have to let me pull my body down. When you was hitting bags, I was still bagging up in mommy's house. You was in the Philly shell when I was getting batted down. Prison cell, swimming in my thoughts, trying not to drown. Shadow boxing in my pad, I hit the gym when I got out. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. Become your rivals, you know the hustle paid. You know you took your lemons and turn them to lemonade. I'm from money where the police are getting with, and that's a true story. That's not something you just say. Undisputed, we're the undisputed ones. We want it to be gangster, yeah, we want it to be dons. We end up in the can and I don't need a Rubicon. I've always been a champion, I've done this on my ones. I've been running up hills, I've been banging out ways.
I'm Todd Grisham, and there's nothing quite like a CompuBox Academy crowd, and they are vocal here tonight. And watching this live with me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbelievable. The fans, everybody around the world, the fighters. This is
Roy Jones Jr. He won world titles at 4 different weight classes, including the heavyweight championship of the world.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
You can't beat a good old-fashioned rivalry. When there's guts, when there's feeling, when there's heart involved, that's when you get a good fight, one-on-one.
So a capacity crowd here for this one. We've been waiting a long time for this matchup. Here we go. And we're underway in round 1. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. They're both trying for a knockout. So much pre-match drama before this showdown. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in? These two boxers are finally ready to get it on.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it up. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
They better start respecting each other's punching power. That hook was off target. This fighter doesn't just want to win by knockout. They want to do it early so they can get out of here.
Sluggers will hit anything and everything. Your head, your ear, your elbow, your rib, your belly button. They are an absolute terror.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Oh, and this is really going to rub him the wrong way. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. That uppercut misses. The straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Stay full.
And there's the bell for round 2. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
If you're a counter-puncher, then basically you do the counter-attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter-punchers are the best.
These two were made for each other. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. Those counter punches have to hurt. They've got a big reach advantage here. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Never gonna happen. If you've got a good jab, you've got a good reach. I know nobody could ever get past that jab.
You would not want to be hit by this guy. Trust me. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Just misses with the right uppercut. No rest for the weary. The positives and negatives in the heavyweight division are the same. You can win the fight with one punch, and you can lose the fight in one punch. Beautiful counter shot. An uppercut does not score. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Defense is not an option for these two. That counter punch caught him clean. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Wilder in that last round. From this moment forward,
I need you to focus on what you're doing.
on to the third. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
So much for boxing. This is a fight. They're both looking for the knockouts here, and that's what we expect from heavyweights.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
no rest for the weary. How about that time counter shot? Just misses with that jab. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
Well done with that counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Catch and shoot. They got out of the way of that right hook. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Wilder in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
You know, I've been in fights.
And there's the bell to start round 4. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
You hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now they're going to find out.
Good counter punching. Looking to land the hook. And he did catch him. He caught him clean. Clean as a whistle. That punch landed. Punch, counter punch. When you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one out. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he scores with the counter. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. We wanted action, and they are delivering. And he just missed with that left jab. Punch right up the middle. That punch is beginning to take its toll. And Deontay Wilder just got clipped. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Chin back together. Don't worry about that round.
Start sticking in a few body shots in there. Bury it up a little bit so we can't figure you out.
Round, it was a bad round, but we don't care.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Nice counter. That hook won't score. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. The courage on display here is incredible. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Perfect counter lands. They block the hook. They miss with the jab. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Wilder in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Wow, it's like two different...
Come on.
On to the 6th round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
some of the best action I've seen in any round anywhere this year. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
That hook just can't find the target. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect punch. It's all offense all the time. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Wilder in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight.
Get that jab back. Just box.
Here we go. It's round 7. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. How did they survive that?
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
You don't want to trade shots. He misses with that jab. Can't score with that right uppercut. There's nothing quite like a big heavyweight fight. Everything can change with one punch. Well, wait a minute. And that will do it. What a victory. And look at that body shot. They couldn't have thrown it any better.
Listen to me. Are you okay?
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
A knockout victory? That's not a knockout victory. That is somebody saying, I'm here, I've arrived. Try that again, it will happen all over again.